Good evening, students. And today we're going to study the advantage of the atmosphere. Clear? Okay, anyway. Well, good evening, everyone. Again, right in front of the screen. And today, as the last class only, I have introduced you to the new chapter. Excuse me, just a hold on. I have to send a link to another person also, but just a minute. Excuse me. Okay, good evening, everyone. So today we're going to discuss about atmosphere. We're going to discuss about atmosphere. Clear? So, when did I keep the mark? The first chapter that what we are going to read today is about atmosphere. So atmosphere, it means here we are not going to read in detail about atmosphere, but here we are going to read about the introduction. Okay. Here we will be introduced with the term called atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Up to what height or up to what extent the atmosphere exists? What is its property or what is its characteristics? How do it plays an important role in the environment? What is its importance in the environment itself? In earth में इसका importance क्या है? How do it regulates the other process in the whole world? ये सब के बारे में हम लोग पूरा detail आज पढ़ेंगे. So before we let's start with the atmosphere, let us first know what atmosphere is. Okay, atmosphere is nothing but the layer of blanket of gases over the earth's surface. Clear? Layer of gases together act as a blanket over the earth surface up to a certain height is known as atmosphere. Simple language. Layer of gases together act as a blanket. Okay. Layer of gases. Okay. So here we find different gases. We know about oxygen. We know about carbon dioxide. We know about ozone and many more other gases. So here we do find the layer or mixture of gases. Okay, together act as blanket over the earth surface. Earth surface के ऊपर this act as a blanket up to a certain height. Okay, so we cannot say the atmosphere is like from above the land surface we will count atmosphere. We know very well. It means suppose it is the land. यदि ये जमीन है, suppose it is the land surface, and if my head is up to this, तो यहाँ से the atmosphere is starting. Clear? But the atmosphere height is up to a certain extent. एक particular extent तक atmosphere exist करता है. Okay. So in the last class only I have introduced about the different layers. Okay. Last class already I have introduced about the different layers of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere. Okay, and thermosphere. We have only discussed about 5, but if you remember the last class, Dimple Chaudhary stated in her book 6 layers are given. The other layer was thermosphere. Okay, we will specifically study about that. Let us only know this is the introduction part. Layer or the mixture of gases together act as a blanket over the earth's surface up to a certain height, okay, is known as atmosphere. Clear? Now let's discuss about the advantage. Okay, so let's discuss about the advantage of atmosphere. Okay, see, now we should discuss about the advantages. Advantages of atmosphere. What are the advantages of atmosphere? The first point that is given in the book is it provides oxygen required for our survival as well as the survival. Simple, provide oxygen for all living things. Clear? We know without oxygen it is not possible to expect life. Oxygen के बिना life expect हम लोग करना possible नहीं है, because this is what oxygen, our cells, our tissues, our organ system requires oxygen. Clear? It means that oxygen is very essential. Oxygen is very essential, and that is what actually present in the atmosphere. So the first point that we will be making as the priority is provide oxygen for all living things. In your book it is given, it provide oxygen to the plants, animals, etc. You know, living things include all those things. So हम लोगों को जब ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत पड़ता है, so who actually requires? Each and every cell of a body, they requires oxygen. You know, the oxygen that we breathe in, उसका 20 to 30% of oxygen is consumed by the brain itself. 20% oxygen, what happens, the brain itself consumes. And who uses that oxygen? All the cells present in our body, they uses that oxygen. Next point that comes, that includes here, the advantage that we will include here is it provides carbon dioxide to the plant for the survival. But I want those who are using this book, Frank 1, the second point that is given, it provides carbon dioxide for the survival. Just you do one thing, cut down the statement called survival. Just simply you write, it provides carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis to the green plants. Okay, write down, it provides CO2, it provides CO2 to the green plants for the process of photosynthesis. For the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is never required by the plant for its survival. It requires, means the plant requires carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis. It means what is required by the plant for its survival? None other than plant also require oxygen for its survival. Okay, so let me just clear you. Carbon dioxide importance is given here. It means carbon dioxide is required for the process of photosynthesis. And as we know, the plants are autotrophic living things. Autotrophic living things, it means carbon dioxide is required to make their own food, and with that food only they can survive also. So on what point that is also correct. Clear? Next point. The atmosphere controls the temperature of the earth. The atmosphere controls the temperature of earth. Okay. How do the atmosphere controls the temperature of the earth? Now, here you need to understand in a very brief way that basically we know about the ocean current, we know about the wind, clear, and we eventually know that how the wind occurs, clear. Yes. Now I'm just giving an example. In the previous chapter, we have read that due to the circular movement of the earth, what happened? The air that is present in the atmosphere, what happened? Due to the circular movement of the earth, that also moves, and that what causes what? Wind. And we know very well, due to the movement of the wind, the temperature that gets splitted here and there. Or else, what would have happened if there would be no what? If there would be no atmosphere, so what would have become? Like the person which would directly be facing the earth's surface would got a deserted area, or there would be no habitation over here, because it is not possible for any of the living thing to survive in extreme temperature. कोई भी एक्सट्रीम मतलब ज्यादा टेम्परेचर हो या फिर कम टेम्परेचर में भी कोई भी चीज का सर्वाइवल पॉसिबल नहीं होता. सो दिस एटमॉस्फेयर कंट्रोल्स द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द अर्थ. एटमॉस्फेयर क्या करता है? अर्थ के टेम्परेचर को कंट्रोल करता है. सो हाउ डू इट कंट्रोल्स द अर्थ टेम्परेचर? So when the earth rotates, at that time what happened? The gases or the air that is present in the atmosphere, that also moves with it. As a result, what happened? When it gets heated due to the insolation, we know about insolation, the direct radiation that comes from the sun. When it gets heated, it gets splitted around. ये क्या हो जाता है? Split हो जाता है. As a result, what happened? The temperature is what? The temperature is controlled by the atmosphere. Understood? Again, any questions from these 3 points? Then you can drop your question in the comment section there, or else I will just erase it out and I'll make you understand the rest of the points also, students. Good evening, everyone. So any questions from these 3 points, then you can ask, or else I will just make you understand the rest of the points. Aditya Panda, carry Manati, huh? Third point, okay, see. Atmosphere controls the temperature of earth. Atmosphere controls the temperature of the earth. Let me give a very good example of it. Now, as the earth is covered with the blanket of gases, clear? Now what happened? Just because the earth is rotating, so the air that present in the atmosphere, that also moves, clear? As a result, what happened? Even if area that get heated, even if suppose जैसे ये portion चमक रहा है, or you can see this portion is glowing because the ray is directly falling over here. तो यहाँ पर जो हवा होता, it would get more heated, ये बहुत heat हो जाता. But just because of the rotation, of the earth, the wind or the air that is present in that part, that also get moved. And when it get moved, so automatically what happened? The temperature is controlled. And if the wind wouldn't move, or हवा यदि move नहीं करता, air यदि move नहीं करता, what happened? उसी जगह में heat trap होके रह जाता. As a result, what happened? वहाँ पर temperature ज़्यादा होता, दूसरी जगह में कम होता. But no, just because of the movement of the air present in the atmosphere, that regulates the temperature over the earth's surface. Jayati, understood? Of earth. Now, since that is after temperature of earth. Okay. Bevel now only explained that oxygen is required for all living things. Yes. So as carbon dioxide is required, also required by all living things. Now let me explain you the next point. Is the temperature protect us from the harmful effect of ultraviolet radiation? Okay, the point that what I'm going to explain you now, it is a very important concept. Okay, you should know this. The atmosphere protects us from the harmful radiation. The point is given there. Point number 4. The atmosphere protects us from ultraviolet radiation. Clear? So, protect us from what? Ultraviolet radiation. So, what is this ultraviolet radiation? Ultraviolet radiation it is such a radiation which is also known as UV rays. So, what is this UV rays? These UV rays are so dangerous that it may cause skin cancer, it may cause blindness, it may even affect the process of photosynthesis and so other. Clear? So what happened? So how do the atmosphere protect us from this UV ray? UV ray से atmosphere हमें कैसे protect करता है? Suppose this is the earth surface, and as in the previous class I told you, in the atmosphere has been divided into different layer. Atmosphere में different layer होता है, troposphere, stratosphere. Troposphere के ऊपर में ही हम लोगों का एक sphere आता है, that is known as stratosphere. What? Stratosphere. Top of troposphere we find stratosphere. So in stratosphere a thick layer, okay, in stratosphere ऐसे पूरा stratosphere है, stratosphere में एक thick layer है, okay, that thick layer of gas is that, and that is known as ozone, O3. Ozone layer. Ozone layer is present in stratosphere. ये पूरा समान में stratosphere है, उसी sphere में एक पूरा एक मोटा सा layer है, that is known as ozone layer. What? The 3 atoms of oxygen together makes a compound. Sorry, it's yeah. So it makes a it's not a compound, it's like what is that called? Atom? Molecules. Okay, it makes a molecule that's called ozone, O3. Clear? And when these atoms of ozone, what happens? It does not allow the UV rays. So suppose मान लो this above circle is stratosphere. Here it is been covered with ozone layer. It is covered with ozone layer. So whenever the solar radiation that falls on this layer, what happens? This ozone layer, it does not allow the UV ray to get into the earth surface. ये allow नहीं करता, अंदर आने नहीं देगा. So what does it do? It reflects back. ये वापस reflect कर देता है. So what happened? The ozone layer that does not get into the earth surface, But let me tell you, nowadays different chemicals have been used by we human being. As a result, what happens? It is weakening the layer. ये ozone layer को वो क्या कर रहा है? Weaken कर दे रहा है. Weaken it means it is just deteriorating it, breaking down slowly. You know, often, I guess before this also many of you may have heard about it. Clear? Depletion of ozone layer. Okay, so you know where exactly this holes basically appears in the pole region, in the north pole and the south pole. Now question आता है सर north pole का तो चलो south pole का एक बार के लिए समझ में आता है, but north pole की तरफ तो कोई रहता नहीं, अंटार्कटिका वगैरह है, but why the hole is appearing over there? Let me tell you. Basically This reaction only takes place when there is minus 40 degree Celsius. Minus 40 degree Celsius में ही what happen? It starts deteriorating. ये टूटना start हो जाता है. Yes, and as we know, the earth is rotating, man. So what will happen if the ray will get in? So it will cause a great danger to not only the human being, but also it will affect the natural process that is taking place in the earth's surface since millions of years. Clear? So this is how the atmosphere protects us from the ultraviolet radiation. So what exactly protect us? The ozone layer that is present in the stratosphere protect us from the ultraviolet radiation. So don't write atmosphere, just you write ozone layer present in stratosphere of atmosphere, or just simply the ozone layer in the stratosphere protect us from the ultraviolet radiation. सिर्फ book में atmosphere given, I have just explained you the whole. Don't forget this. Clear? Done? Understood, business students? Okay. Kariminati. Understood? Yes, today is World Ozone Day, by the way. And yes, happy World Ozone Day. It's a coincidentally we are studying about the ozone layer depletion today, and today is World Ozone Day. Thank you, Pooja, for reminding me. In fact, I knew that today is World Ozone Day, but I forgot somehow. Okay, anyway. Okay, no doubt from this, then I will be just going for the other point. Clear? No doubts? Okay. So the other point over here is weather and climate are okay. Next comes okay. Our daily activities are based on the weather and climatic condition which is determined by atmosphere. Our daily activity is based on weather and climatic condition. What are daily activities? Suppose, for an example, now if I am going for the school and all of a sudden if it rains, so I had to put the raincoat. Yes. Now if it is too sunny, then I will put the light white color cloth. Exactly. It means not only about the attire or the things that we put in, but it also affects our regular other activities like our food style, our dressing style, our activities, okay, food preference, okay, everything that get affected or that get changes. So this is what our daily activities are based on weather and climatic condition. You know what is weather? जो कुछ वक्त के बाद change हो जाता है. Climate जो कि after 35 years change होता है. And those weather and climate are being determined by the atmosphere. और जो weather and climate है, that is determined by the atmosphere. Due to atmosphere only, what happened? We can experience different weather or we can experience different climatic condition. If there would be no atmosphere, so we would not experience the weather condition or the climatic condition. Clear? Now, it also protects us from harmful meteors. Meteors, you know what is meteors? Okay, meteors, meteorite, meteors and meteoroid. तीन नाम है लेकिन एक ही चीज है. Yes, I guess many of you must remember, or many of you may have forgotten about it. Meteoroids, meteorites and meteors. ये तीन चीज नाम है, but they are same. What is meteoroids? Meteoroids जो कि बाहर होते हैं. When they are out of the earth surface के बाहर होते हैं, they are known as meteorites. Clear? When they enter into, they are known as meteors. Now, okay, and when actually they get when they are out, meteors, meteorites. Then after जब वो लोग जमीन में गिर जाते हैं, that is known as meteorites. Clear? So it also protect us from harmful meteoroids. How do it protect us from harmful meteoroids? Meteors. It's called meteors. Okay. How do it protect us from harmful meteors? It means while it get into the atmosphere में आने तक वो क्या हो जाता है? Due to friction with the different gases that burns down, and it may not cause that much harm, और ये उतना नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाता, या फिर नुकसान ही नहीं करता है. Understood? Understood, students? Now, okay. So now we shall discuss about the different layers of the atmosphere. But before that, here few of the different terms are given, which we should know first. Clear? So, any questions, students? Any questions? Oops. Sorry. I guess something happened here. The current one. Excuse me, student. Let me have a look. Hello. I guess there is a problem with some light here. Oh. Student, please forgive me for today. I'll take your class tomorrow. And sorry. I guess I have to give more of my time for this current and all now. So we will continue the class tomorrow then. Okay, bye. Good night, students.